So yeah, like I said, like I'm waiting for a snapshot and I'm going for an amulet instantly, and that was the last card. Well, and this as soon as like the last card of a snapshot actually came to my hand, I hoped it doesn't work like this, right? I just like hoped it doesn't, but it did. It's been a long time since since an educational game like that happened to me, right? That's been a long time though. And that is awesome. From this point on, Grifta is included in every deck that I play, right? Hello! Welcome to the stream. Have you ever seen or even thought of the combo? Oh my bro. Who else would try it if not me, right? I'm showing it one time. That is how you win games right now. How are you doing there? This dude will have nightmares today. That was not even close, right? Top 100. Today we're playing this deck, which is a new addition of an infinite hydration warrior. The idea of this deck is to go pretty much infinite with an infinite hand. You have a photographer Fizzle, you have a Zola in your deck overall, so you kind of like play a Fizzle, play a Zola. You have a photographer Fizzles again in your hand, but you also made a copy in a snapshot of a Zola. So as soon as you get like a snapshot out of your deck again, you can play it. You get a next Zola, you have another photographer Fizzle already in your hand, and this way you do the same thing again. And each time you just like kind of like scroll through all of those like huge hands that you generate so far, and you go infinite, just like because your deck never runs out of steam. You have all those snapshots going on each time. But the whole idea of this deck, why a Hydration Warrior is actually strong, you know, with this archetype, is because you have a new height, so you kind of like have 16 mana potentially for you to do all of that. So you have like you need 6 mana to do a photographer Fizzle and a Zola in a turn, plus you have 10 more mana to actually play with, right? So you can do something like a Ceaseless for a 0 if your deck is already like empty and all you have is kind of like a snapshot, right? So you have a Ceaseless, you erase everything that the opponent played out, and you go with something like a Hydration if you copied it, right? So you spend like 8 mana. You generate a huge board with a 15/15 and a lot of taunts with Zilliax, with Hamm, with all that great stuff. And you know, you can also have like some other cards obviously copied there, but the whole idea is that you pretty much just like need all like just those 2 cards in your hand copied each time. Maybe not a hydration, sometimes it's just like, you know, you pressure too much and you like spend the hydrations before, but as I said, like all you need is kind of like some value cards copied there and to go infinite, right? So for you to actually be able to win an opponent. So as far as it is, the deck is strong. It played against me quite sometimes. I usually played a DK against this, and I noticed, for example, a Killjoy is kind of like a garbage card against this deck, because an infinite deck actually outvalues the Killjoy overall. So the only weakness that I found so far for this specific deck is that if you play against something like a DK, you actually need to copy something like a hydration station, because you need this Starship going on, and you need like to out heal those like plagues that they shuffle. And if they shuffle, for example, like 3 plagues, that is not a huge problem. You just like need to copy something like an Arkonite defense crystal for you to heal 6 armor like each turn, right? Plus you have like a hero power, so it's fine. So all you need is like, you know, to empty their board, but you have to keep track of the fatigue and you have to keep track of the plagues. That is like the only weakness so far. The other, like, you know, there are other decks and archetypes that can actually do well against this specific deck, but this archetype has a huge blast in a control matchup, right? And sometimes people just like cannot do anything about it, because at Ceaseless each turn comes out, Zilliax is all the good stuff, the opponent heals, the opponent gains a lot of armor from starships that they, you know, that they resurrect from a hydration station, all the good stuff. So they like, you know, stack up the armor, stack up the health, go infinite with their hand, have huge minions on the board each time, hit you hard overall, and a lot of classes actually struggle to deal with all of that. So as far as it is, I want to try the archetype I didn't try before. So, you know, but before we start, I want to, you know, to give a huge shout out to all the sponsors of the channel so far. Those who, you know, who joined the membership on YouTube, and those who subbed on Twitch when this happens live. Donators like a pink legend out there. So as far as this, thank you everyone, guys. You guys are awesome, and you know, let's jump right in. Well, I'm kind of curious, you know. I'm kind of curious how well this deck does against the Hunter. Like as I said, like I didn't try this deck before, but I played against it as a Designate. It was pretty hard, you know. It was kind of like hard there. Kind of want some cycle, so kind of curious how well this deck does, you know. I've seen this specific deck actually do the magic out there, but we'll see how it goes, right? Because I played like with different versions of the DK against this, like all of them were control obviously, but at some point it felt kind of like hopeless so far. Not sure. Maybe I did something wrong, we'll see. Maybe the opponent was like, you know, maybe the opponent actually played a lot of that warrior and was able to outperform me so far, but you know, it is like, we'll find out, I guess, right? If that is easy to navigate or not. What do we want here? What I want here, I kind of like want to cycle more than do anything else. One ball, okay. Well, as far as I realized playing this deck, all you need to do against Designate is just like to cycle through, remove their boards only when you face a huge threat, and you should be fine. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe if they find a foam and you know, as a miracle happens for them, I might just like not have enough time for me to actually go infinite, right? It might be the problem. We'll see, we'll see. Soul Breaker, so I guess he has an Exart in his hand, probably, or something like this. Or maybe there is like a double blood, triple blood, kind of like archetype. Oh, a double blood, not a triple blood, right? I kind of like Winter Hostile. You'll remove it though. I don't really have. Well, this is a weird consideration for me, I would say. I kind of like still want to cycle, and that is not a threat for me. So, you know, what do we do here? Ignis, Needlerock, and that's it, right? Something like this. Let's go, let's just like prepare something else. Decent, lifesteal poisons. Well, poisons is kind of like decent. Let's go for a Jason. 8 cost, it's okay. Let's do that. Not sure if I'm correct here playing a weapon like this. I think maybe like I've seen people actually go for a 1-drop of just like to copy it and have like all this infinite stuff. They go for a 1-drop weapon, poisonous, and battle cry or death row. But I'm just like, you know, testing things out. Like as far as I see right now, what is happening on the board, I don't really have like a cycle yet. And they gain a lot of health and all the good stuff, and I don't really have anything good to play so far. Well, I have an infinite cycle already. Do I want that though? That is like, you know, the question for me. Do I want that already? happening out there. Well, how it says, but it's like huge enough right now. Hostile. Hostile in a cycle. It's a 4 damage to everything. Kind of like decent so far as I see it. Yeah, fine. Fine. Okay, take one of those, okay. I'm giving him away a lot of like corpse spending. That is not something that I like, but I don't really feel like I have to commit to actually remove more info as early as possible. Right? Don't really feel like that. Let's see what he plays out. We have a Zill next turn if we want. After that, a Rooney. A Rooney for weapon, right? Well, I guess now it's a Sanitize turn. Not really a Zill turn here. Or maybe a Zill still. Before he has something like a Yonk or something, whatever, right? He might just like steal it. I don't really have a steal back though. I think I need like to take a photo of Zill just like in case, right? Just like in case. So if I need that, what do I do here? Still want to sanitize. Well, I have a second one right somewhere. Yeah, let's go. Let's just like use these turn for now. Let's just like do these turn for now. I think I need like to copy a Zill. Maybe I don't really need that one. Have a hydration somewhere in my deck. 14. Goes out with a horseman. Well, let's go for a cycle and copy a weapon too, I guess. I guess that is fine. Bob, okay. Well, let's go. Well, let's go. We need to make a Starship going on. We need a Zill out to proc, right? The usual like people who play DK, they don't really you know, they don't really play a full mind control package so far. Hey there, Leo. How you doing, my dude? Leo. Oh yeah, I hope I pronounced it right. Oh, draw 3 cards. That's pretty decent though. Well, I guess he floods our hand with some garbage. We actually need to play it right now and hope for it not to discard it Fizzle. Or we can play it after the deck is empty. There's like a possibility for us. I guess we do that. Anyway. Let's go with that one. We might just like outvalue him with a weapon here. We need a little, you know, a little pressure on the board, I would say. Sorry about that. Let's switch that off. Okay, should be fine. He probably has something like a CN, yeah, and he spent a lot of corpses you know, during the game so far. One pop rocked like 4 times or 5 times, I don't remember so far, and a low breach too. So a CNEA is like about like 15 damage on average, like 15 maybe 20, right? In the best case scenario. With some kind of like huge minions overall. Let's see if that's another airlock breach. Not really. Just empties his hand here, okay? Well, that's fine. We need to empty our hand here too, you know? That's garbage minion so far. Okay, let's empty our hand here a little like this. And this, and this. Hostile. Well, I guess we'll go for hostile next turn. Oh, Horseman panel. That's convenient though. That's, you know, pretty convenient so far. Let's see. We will be able to play it in case something goes wrong. Still need to, you know, cycle through the deck a little. Hope for some kind of like draws. We have a few, right? We have a shield block, we have all you can eat, we have a Garrosh gift, Tortollan. A lot of draws, a lot of draws. Threats, just for the sake of it, okay. Okay. Corpse man, fine. Can do 5 damage, hostile, aftershock. I don't really like that. We have a Zill, you know. Have a Zill. We can trade a 5-4 here not to run into some kind of like weird MC deck. We have a Hamm too. Hamm is kind of like decent if you play it out this early, right? Hamm is kind of like decent though.
You are unwise and unfit.
That's a 1, right? This one is at 1 HP here. We do that. Well,
you are unwise and unfit.
I guess we do that. I guess we do that. And some Max Arc. Oh, that's a nice hit, but I would rather eat something like a Primus, right? Something like a Primus zone. You think if he has a Killjoy, he wins, if not he loses? Killjoy actually loses against an attack. Killjoy just like doesn't give you an ability to outwell you an endless Ceaseless, you know? It's just like not happening, unfortunately. Where's that? Boomboss, might as well. Miles away a Boomboss, right? We can actually force him to play a Killjoy. How about that? We have an Odyn, but I think a Boomboss is a little better. Let's probably do that. Oh my, 12. Let's try to do that, you know. Let's try to high roll a little for him to draw a TNT instantly and empty half of his deck right here. Oh, here you go. That's gonna be... What did a mind control and a marine? Okay, that's nice. Okay, Ceaseless out. Fine. Hell yeah, okay. That is totally decent. It's 5, 8, 10. Well, we can steal, it says. Another one. New hotspot. We can destroy it with a Zill. By the way, we have a copy of it, so we don't really have to worry about that, right? Maybe it was steal or a Primus, right? Like, is it better for us to steal a Primus, or is it better for us to steal Ceaseless here? I guess stealing it says, well, I guess it's better for us to do a Zill, and if he steals it somehow, we just like bomb the Bartender and that stuff, right? How about that? Feels decent. Let's do that. Do I want a weapon into a 4/4? I don't believe so, right? I don't believe so. I kind of want, you know, oh, that's nice. I was thinking about, like, you know, oh, minus a Crusher in your deck. So that is, oh, and minus a Risk, oh my god. So that is a version of a Tail, right? A Tail version of the deck with Crushers, but with a twist, with some kind of like a mind control package added, and with a Dream Planner Zap, so interesting. That is like, you know, that's weird. Oh my, nice Uzbra from that is the first time I see this card to actually do something on the board. My dude, oh my. That is the first time I see that actually doing something. Well, we have another one, my friend. That was crazy, so what do we do here? We have to kill a Zill here, so we'll do that. And do this. We have to kill a Zill at least once. If he didn't steal a Zill, I guess we have to launch our Mr. Starship. We do Hero Power, and I guess we chill, right? Guess we chill. Those are TNT. That's a certain one, right? Well, those were two really bad ones. Strats and Miracle Salesman, not too flashy. If it destroyed the scene, yeah, he could just like concede instantly. Goes for a face each time. I guess like he had a huge scene, yeah, already in his hand now. Okay. Oh, nice, thank you. Thank you for destroying that for me. So we do a hydration station right away and hope for him to actually have some kind of like minion left in his deck. Yeah, why not? Some kind of like minion left in his deck. So I'll do some sounds. So let's see what's up. Mine's a Rainbow Seamstress, nice. Kyojin gives the demons that can steal snapshot. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah, that's exactly the case. But you have to like high roll, you know, high roll like crazy for you to actually be able to find the demon from a portal, like among every other demon, you know, there's a really small chance of, like, for this to happen. Plus you, I'm not sure how that specific card actually works with a plague. It might just like, you know, give you a plague easel. Not sure. Cannot tell you for sure, but at least that is like how it should work, right? How it should work. So. How it should work. Well, we can, you know, do some stuff. Not crazy good stuff, but some stuff, right? I'll have to do that. Let's, like, you know, let's play things out, like, just to empty our hand here. Still want to cheese out at Ceaseless here. Still want to do that. Because he has a scene, yeah. That is what I know for sure. And unless we actually draw specifically a snapshot or something, I kind of want this out. We don't really have any more tones. Have 3 plaques in our deck, so we have like 6 cards left so far. Frostmourne or on a 1/1, okay. If he trades out, clears the board. This is the best outcomes that I could hope for. Okay.
My pain doesn't compare.
Tries to shuffle more players. Okay, that's you know, that's admirable. My 3 players out of 9 cards.
Good.
And I don't really have any minions, right? As far as I remember. Unfortunately, oh, let's throw that away. Let's throw that away. Do we like chill here? Like, I can go for an amulet. And try to, you know, high roll a discard of a plague. I don't really know if it works this way. I guess if it, like, you know, if it discards a plague. Well, I don't know. We will test it out as soon as like a 3/2 is dead to increase our chances to actually discard a plague. But I don't really want like to risk it that much. Okay, let's do that for now. I don't really want to risk it that much. I kind of like want to find a snapshot, you know, snapshot first and then like do that. Hydration station. Oh, I would love that. Well, here is a Mr. Killjoy, right? Didn't kill it. We didn't kill a Killjoy, we didn't kill a Scene here, right? With our Boomboss here. And we are yet to find our Infinite Cycle here, right? Feeling a little unlucky, a little, just like a smidge, right? Just like a little unlucky with all of these draws. We have like what, 4 cards left, and all of those 4 cards are like two of those are a cycle, and 2 of those are the cards that I need. So yeah, that's you know, that's decent to understand, right? You know, decent. I guess a Sanitize like by itself is fine. I kind of like still wanted this. Okay, let's do that. Let's see what he plays out, right? Okay, now whatever we draw is kind of like either cycle for us to get 10 extra damage into our face with the plaques, right? Or that is a Fizzle snapshot and we can finally use an amulet and find like try to find something like a hydration from it. Or at least like destroy a couple of plaques since it works like I wanted to. Let's see how it works out. Well, he applies a whole lot of pressure, though. Well, here's a cycle for us, right? Let's see how it plays out for us. That's the first one, that's the second one, and another cycle, okay. That's the first one, and the second one, right? Or not? Oh, not really. So the last card of our deck is the Fizzle Snapshot. Well, how convenient that is, right? Well, you know, I think I might just like, well, we might just like wait for it. Well, I think I'm dead if I wait for it, right? I think I'm kind of like that if I wait for it. Well, we have it says, we're not kind of like that. And 100% Fizzle Snapshot next, right? Fine.
I have seen creation, and I will bring destruction.
Draw 3 cards, discard. Well, I guess you discard after you draw it, right? Well, we still have to like throw this away. Or test it out. Still have to throw it away for us to, you know. For us to have only the goods in our hand, right? I told you. No, no problem. Well, the only cards that actually wins is the one that you said. Specifically, the one that steals a snapshot, right? But as I said, like, I don't really know how it plays out when you have like flags in your deck, right? Don't really know that.
That feels good.
Okay, let's see how this works. 1, 2, and 3. All 3 actually damaged me. That is nice. But I just took like 115 draw. No. So I draw all the flags each time. Really? No? Well, that is actually a nice shenanigan though. That is actually a nice shenanigan out there. Didn't know about that. Like, you draw actually 3 cards, right? And you never discard like anything. You just like draw all the flags instantly. Oh my. That was awesome, by the way. I think like I think you have to like. I never thought of this counter of a Greta to actually give them the draw. Like, I never actually thought about that. Because I didn't like it's never in the world I assumed that it works this way, right? Never in the world I assumed that it works this way. You actually like the discard actually works like this. You actually draw, and only after you draw you discard. So that is why we actually took all those flags each time, right? We actually had to discard them, but it just like didn't work this way. You actually draw, but you cannot like obtain a card in your hand, right? You cannot obtain a card in your hand because it's like costs as soon as you draw. So we drew all the flag, then you draw from a fatigue the first time, and that counts as a card that is left in your hand. And then you do that again because you have to draw 3, right? So that is how it works. Well, as I said, did you play Grifter's Animal? Yes, this is exactly. I'm just like, explaining the interactions here. As I said, like I didn't like I never actually thought about this interaction to work like this when I played a Grifter against an Infinite Warrior. I always try to go for a steal, right? Like for take control of their starships. As I said, I like didn't try this specific way to actually win an Infinite. That's pretty cool. Now we know and now we learn. And when I play a Death Knight next time, right, with a Grifter, I guess a warrior has 0 chance so far. As I said, that's maybe I was doing something wrong, and I guess that was the thing that I did wrong before. With a DK against an Infinite Warrior. And that is why we actually play all of these decks, to know interactions like this, right? Try them out and learn, and that is like the way to go for me. That is awesome, by the way. I instantly lost the game because I didn't know the interaction, right? And if the top player actually knew that, they will go specifically for that card. That's awesome, bro. Because you cannot like go infinite. This card actually stacks out, so they limit your infinite cycle to as many cards as you have. For example, if you copied like 6 cards, all you need is like 5 cycles, and your hand will be stuck with all of those Greta draws, right? Each time, because you actually copy and copy and copy and copy of them until you actually play those. So for you to actually get an infinite cycle, you have to play that and discard 2 cards. And for you not to be empty decked right there, plus you will probably have like obviously some plagues in your deck so far. That is wow. I mean, bro, that is something else. Kind of like want to cycle Needlerock Totem, but Arkonite Defense Crystal is kind of like decent too. What do I do here? I guess let's go for a cycle. Never ends good. Never plays the amulet, it's a scam, it never ends good. Well, the whole, as I said, like the whole idea of the deck is just to go infinite, right? And you cannot like go infinite with an amulet to be replicated in your hand over and over, and you're not playing it. Because a Fizzle will take a copy of an amulet, and each time you play a snapshot, you'll get a second amulet. And the third time it's a third amulet, fourth amulet, and fifth amulet, and the sky's the limit, right? So the whole problem is that your cycle will end sometime, as your hand will be filled with those amulets that you never play. And you actually have to play it while it's still one in your hand. You play that, get rid of it, and play out of it. That's about it. What do we do here? Arkonite Defense Crystal? That's kind of like weak. Yeah, I want a Forge and a Needlerock Totem. So yeah, it's not like I had a choice. For me to win against the Kil'jaeden deck, I needed this specific stuff, right? I needed to actually play that. As I said, I didn't consider this to be a counter, right? To be a counter to an infinite deck. That is awesome as well. From this point on, Grifta is included in every deck that I play, right? In every deck that I play, Grifta will be included, so... oh my. So what do we do here? Something like an Arkonite Defense Crystal, right? Got 10 damage here, so we're kind of like okay against that. Yeah, fine. So yeah, that is an auto include right now in all of my decks. Now we know a little more about Hearthstone though. Well, I don't really know, like I have like a hidden rank that is really high, and I play against like really cool, like really strong players so far. I don't really know if he knew this interaction or not. Like that's kind of like I'm kind of like curious, but that was awesome. That was awesome.
By the holy light.
What's up, my dude? I'm just like played 5 cards. Oh, finally found a virtue. Okay, so that is why. That is why you're hyped up like this. Okay.
Accidents, they happen, you know?
Saucy deck, huh? Oh wow. Oh, that's strong, man. No. Kind of like a second one right there. Drone Deconstructor. I'm curious why he didn't like play out a Tarian there. Oh, it's been a long time since an educational game like that happened to me, right? That's been a long time though. And that is awesome. Plays everything. So the only card that is left like a Tarian. If he doesn't top deck and Magara, the game is over for him, right? Well, not really, because we don't really have like a good respawn so far. Well, we have a Mr. Ignis, right? Who is potentially like a poisonous. 1 damage to all. That's kind of like decent. That's kind of like decent. Let me do that. Next turn we clear the whole board and probably play a Starship, and this has to be game over. As I said, if he doesn't like draw him, I got a game is done. And I guess he didn't.
You're gonna love the way you look.
Reporting for duty.
You have to play the amulet early and hope you don't discard snapshot, but if he has Kil'jaeden, then you still lose. Well, you're perfectly right here. Totally right. Oh my, we have a Sanitize here. Good to go. Well, I was thinking about like actually playing an amulet early that game, but I was kind of like worried. Well, you know, I told like during the game I told that I am actually waiting for a snapshot to come in my hand and I will discard instantly. But the whole problem there is that snapshot was the last card of my deck. That was the whole problem there. If it was not like a last card of my deck, that would be like, you know, that would be awesome, I would say. But it was, unfortunately. Do I really need to go infinite here? I don't believe so, right? We have to like go for a Starship, probably a Hamm. We might just like, you know, okay. Something like this should do it. Like this is enough. So yeah, like I said, like I'm waiting for a snapshot and I'm going for an amulet instantly, and that was the last card. Well, and this as soon as like the last card of a snapshot actually came to my hand, I hoped it doesn't work like this, right? I just like hoped it doesn't, but it did. But it did punish me big time. I actually had to take the risk, right? Had to take the risk when I was having like 9 cards there, right? When I had 9 cards, I actually had to take the risk. Because that was like the earliest I could play that. When I had 9 cards and only 3 flags in my deck out of those 9, so I had like 6. It was such a high chance for me to discard a snapshot. If only, as I said, if only I knew, right? If only I knew, so. But man, sometimes you lose and you regret nothing out of it, bro. Sometimes it is like this. It's like at least we learn something there, right? That's a Hearthstone in its finest, I would say. These interactions, like pretty little ones, like that actually makes a difference between like between a people who know that stuff and between people who don't, right? And I guess like as a difference between like a high legend players and like a regular players in the Hearthstone is kind of like the most things like this they know, right? And that is probably why I am, you know, I'm struggling yet to actually be in the top 100 like consistently, right? That is probably why I don't really know a lot of like cool stuff like this. Maybe that is the case. One time I lost to this deck because he fizzled a draw spell, so I couldn't steal his snapshot with the demon. Well, but he still get like a 1 fatigue each turn, right? Well, I guess if they have like billion armor. Oh, I've seen that one. I've seen different variations of like the hands that were infinitized with this deck. I played against this kind of like much, right? Played against this a lot of the times. Against this deck. I enjoyed the concept like really big time. Having an infinite hand is like, what else could you ask for, right? What else can you ask for in Hearthstone? You have an infinite hand, you have an infinite game. Do whatever you want, right? Do whatever you want. That's it. And you always have an option to sacrifice your infinite like strategy right there and just like, you know, to play things out if you're like playing against an aggro. That's easy so far. Let's see what's up. Mr. Paladin, what are you? Lynessa or Handball? Well, who plays Lynessa? Maybe that is a Mr. Free Libre mistake, right? Free Libre mistake. So let's see if that's the case. Nah, just a hand buff, okay. Just a hand buff. Let's see if we're lucky enough this time. Well, we have a safety goggles, you know, that's pretty decent. Do I want a minion on the board? Yes, I do. I kind of like want him to actually not hit my face here. Let's see what's up. If this one has a Megara, he might just like have a chance here. And this one actually had a better start because the weird shit is already out there, right? Let's see if a better start actually makes a difference. Well, wow. Both of the instrument tags, both of the... oh my. That feels strong, feels strong. Let's do something like this while we still can... while this, you know, at least does something on the board. We have to forge at some point. Like, this has to be ready for us. Have 6 mana in action, we can like do one. Couple of forges and a hero power, for example. We can do one forge and an Arkonite defense. I guess that is better. I guess the next turn is an Arkonite defense crystal plus a forge of a Sanitize. It's kind of like okay, decently, right? I guess that's the case. But dude, like I never ever like against like an Infinite Warrior drew a demon from a Killjoy portal that actually steals a card. Like never. Like I never won as a DK against an Infinite Warrior. Like we went infinite, like we played 30-40 turns, and each time like they just like outvalue you with a Ceaseless at some point. You just like run out of steam, unfortunately. And as I said, like I didn't find like that specific demon in about like 20 draws on average in each game, right? That's how unlikely for you to actually get it. That is how unlikely that is. That's Hamm out there, right? Hamm or Zola. You kind of like have to play that.
Stop and smell the
That's a good time. You kind of like this. Oh, we'll discard something. Ooh. Well, had no choice so far. Well, I had a choice, but I want to draw actually a Zil here as fast as possible because I have a hydration station. All I want is not to discard a Zil. That would be brutal, I would say. That would be brutal, but it is what it is. Oh, I have a Zil. What am I talking about? I didn't see him. That is Hamm. So I'm kind of like buying him, but a little carried away by the last game, so a little carried away. So I guess we don't really care what is happening out there. We don't really care what we discard. We don't really care what we discard here. I guess Sanitize is fine by itself while we still can. Let's go. Next turn we'll probably play an Arkonite Defense Crystal for lots of hammer. Something like this. After that it's a Zil, and we hope for it to stack. Somewhere later we'll launch the Starship. We have a hydration station if everything goes wrong. Ceaseless is here. Well, feels decent. Feels decent so far. All I want right now is probably something like an Ignis and another hydration station in my hand, right? And this should be like fine. Should be like a fine game for us, right? Well, depends. If you can like grow a Leroy plus a Taylor to be like I don't know. Something like a 40 damage in my face, right? The second weapon. Backhands are kind of like unplayable, so we actually have to worry about only a Leroy and Taylors, right? What is a cap for? Cap for is like 2, 6, plus 10, right? Plus 10, and that's it, right? So it's at 12, 16, 28, right? Another Tailor from Born. Well, oh my, those are huge, though. Bro, those are huge minions. What are you doing? I don't like that, though.
Must burn them all.
Those are heavy. Can do 10 to the board. I don't like that. Well, we have to play that. Minus an M2, so that's nice. That was one of the best ones for us to, you know, to eat out, I guess. The best one is for us to eat as a ham is probably like a Sunsazazel, right? From a handbook. Because Sunsazazel can actually boost boost a Leroy additionally, right? For a lot of damage. And that would be like, you know, a heavier cap for him, right? And a heavier cap for us to deal with. We need to play a Zil, and after that, like, we have to play one hydration. This should be enough, right? For us to win the game. All we need is just like to survive till that, right? And he actually counts the lethal. He thinks that he might just like have it. But those two talents actually, you know, like, you know, do a little trick out there. I think he's thinking about like going for as much damage as possible. Ooh, Wind Fury. Okay, that is why he actually counts it. That is why he actually counts that out. Because he has a lot of damage. Tarring for 10. My dude. My dude. So you want to tell me that a Zil is an instant loss, right? So that is what you want to tell me here. A Zil is an instant loss. Ceaseless isn't playable still. We have a Brawl here. We have a Brawl here. And that's about it. But if he has something like a Leroy, we're dead, right? So that is what you want to tell me here. Well, I guess. And we have to win the Brawl, but... And we have to win the Brawl. And that is not a win. 11 damage. Well, we're kind of like... I wanted to say that we're alive, but we're not, though. We're not alive here. He went for as much damage as possible because he had like an extra boost. That is how I know that we're not alive there. That was decent, I would say. My god, when a handball actually makes a board this large, Zil cannot save you, bro. Oh my. I guess it happens a lot.
Garrosh versus Valera.
Remember my blades.
Victory or death!
New hides, I'll come in. I guess we'll leave those. But not SAT. Not SAT goggles. Sanitize is decent for us. Let's probably go with a new hides as early as possible. I think this is better. After that, we'll like do something like a shield block and a Sanitize forge. After that, all you can eat was something plus a shield block. That solves that. So we play here our own hand here for a couple of turns. Let's hope for him not to high roll something like an infinite draw and play houses till turn like 5. Well, if that is like a shuffle rock, right? Or if that is a Shafar rock or something. Oh, yeah, that's exactly a shuffle rock. Should be a new version of a shuffle. Let's go. Oh, another new highs for us.
Witness
Is that all work? Okay.
arcane magic.
dramatic.
Well, that's a lot of damage. So don't like that. Don't really like that though. All you can need for us to fight a demon. And it's still. No, I don't believe so. We have like a Sanitize, so I don't really like need a demon right away. And the Zill is out there anyway. Okay. I think we're going for Sanitize there soon. It feels like it at least. Breakdowns, okay. That's weird, but I take it, right? Let's see how it plays out. Still need to clear the whole board here. Draw as many asteroids as possible, please. Thank you. Thank you. It's 4 left for Incendios here, okay, so that is probably like above the Bartender for us. If he gives us away, I cannot like actually afford for this to stick. Or maybe can I? And the Zill will deal with that. Not sure. I guess that's the best actual, you know, thing for Bob the Bartender to actually steal.
Take combatant center, and I take the crown.
Plus he'll discard something. You know? Plus he will discard something.
My hand is too.
Minus an eruption, that's be my guess though. That's a be my guess. I played as this rock against a warrior, I guess once, right? Against an infinite. And at some point I felt I just like lagged damage here. With this deck. Maybe I was not like fast enough, so I was finding all those damaging cards. Oh, it's an eruption. Okay. I don't know, so I don't mind. It felt like I lagged damage when I played it out. I see second one, right? Yeah, second Oracle and 1 Blind Mage Thomas, okay. Playing House for him, okay. No, that is his last spell damage, so I guess that is fine that he draws this much, this many cards. And a second playing house, okay. And a second playing house, okay. And a fan of knives. Well, both of the hydration stations, I think. I guess we have to remove those guys. I want as much health as possible here, not to actually die next turn. But didn't play any towns before. Right? Didn't play so far. Right? No. All of the towns are still in our deck. All of them, except like a zone. Oh, that was nice. Fan of knives and okay. Well, we have a second one, I guess. How many eruptions does we have left? 1 and 5 asteroids, right? 1 eruption and 5 asteroids. Can we like you know, outlive that stuff? Is it even possible though? Shadow Staff for more. Shadow Staff for more. That's 8 damage if we keep this alive, plus a 2 damage from when. That's heavy. He will draw everything. He will draw all of those. All of those asteroids. I guess that is like our only way out, right? Like 12 health from here is not enough. This one actually wins 10 health, plus it's a minion on the board that will consume something else, right? Plus potentially like heal us a little. So I guess this is like better than an Arkonite defense crystal like 100%. We can like go for finding a demon here, obviously, but it doesn't like solve things for us, right? No, it never does. We don't really have any kind of like cycle, so I guess there's like the only option for us this one. For us to actually destroy an Oracle, because that is 10 damage and the playhouse is 8. Has 2 more asteroids in his deck. Okay. Okay, 3 more. So 5 more asteroids. 18. Has to attack with a weapon, right? Has a breakdowns too. Okay. That is enough for Elise, alright? If he attacks. If he attacks, no. Maybe not. Oh, nah, he didn't attack zone. 16. Yeah, that should be enough for lethal for him. Unfortunately. No. Let's see how it plays out.
I'm almost out of cards.
No.
I'm out of cards.
All we need is for this to stay alive. In such a case, it would be an instant GG. If only he attacked here, right? He attacked, heal us for 4. That would be 11 damage, 11 health. He has to, at 11 health, and the playhouse is just like 8, and he has 0 damage so far. He has like 1 more in his hand. That is what he showed us, like a Tarslake, right? So that is 9 damage. We're at 2 health. After that, as Zil comes out, we remove a playhouse. The game is over instantly. So yeah, well, unfortunate. Well, this deck is thoroughly fun. I'm actually surprised of how how interactive that deck is. You actually have to like think about like your turns, going infinite, all that good stuff. It kind of like brings me some joy so far to actually play that out, and it feels strong. But I think I need like some more experience with it, because it feels like, as I said, like when I played an Ignis, for example, in the first game. I remembered that the people who actually play a lot with this deck go for only 1-drop weapons there, and they always try to actually find a poisonous and a death rattle or a battle cry at least, or an adjacent, something like this, for you to actually be able to clear the board with some kind of like reborn or death rattle minions before you actually play E.T.C. And for you to actually go infinite, you have like this weapon for 1 mana. People cannot like even play something out because you have a weapon equipped with kind of like a poisonous death rattle, so they cannot play something out. But even if they do, you play E.T.C, erase it, and all of the good stuff, and they like feel pressured each time, and for you to actually break their mentality in like 5 turns, for them to realize they cannot do anything. And that is like it's how this deck actually has to perform this infinite hydration like warrior, right? So as far as it is, like I really enjoy it, and as I said, like I played against it like maybe like about 5 times so far, and each time I've seen like different things to actually work. This deck has enormous potential overall, and for me to actually find all of those like interesting tips for you guys to actually play out when you play a hydration warrior, that's like it takes a lot of games, and unfortunately I try a lot of decks and try to actually showcase a lot of those for you guys, but this one specifically is something to keep in mind when you play Hearthstone. sometimes like when you see a lot of aggro, I would say that this deck should do actually really well against an aggro. I would actually probably add another Aftershock or something like this, because a one Aftershock feels like, you know, it's kind of like inconsistent. Sometimes we just like need to actually deal with this early board for us to actually go with all of those talents. We can play out like a Zill, even if we're lucky enough to get it like for 7 mana afterward out of their Tortollan, right? So as far as it is, the deck is awesome. The deck is strong. This list out there that I showed out performed like the best out among all other hydration warriors, right? Now, statistically, this list is the best performing one so far in the world, you know, according to like HS Guru or something, right? So as far as it is, try that out. Make sure to enjoy it as much as I did, but for now, check all the links to the deck and to the playlist that you might enjoy in the description of the video if you are watching this on YouTube. Make sure to hit the follow button everywhere on YouTube, on Twitch. Check all the subscription options and join of the membership on YouTube. Thank you guys, everyone who supports the stream with a coin. Any coin helps. You guys are awesome so far. But for now, for this deck, for an infinite hydration warrior that we enjoyed here and laughed a lot about, right? That is bye bye.